Welcome back. I did my hair to try to look like Snow White. Another brown Snow White. There's so many of us. So about a year ago, I made another one of these videos criticizing the new Snow White that's coming out. And they had a humongous backlash when all that happened. We all know, we'll go over it all over again really fast. But like, they were like, okay, let's just like try to refilm stuff. See if the people forget about it. A year later, we're still pretty pissed. We're even more pissed than we were before. And it's still not going to be out for another year. Now, this train wreck has cost so much already for them. I think we're like looking at $350 million right now, but it's going to go anywhere from 400 to 500 million because they still are going to film some more. And marketing alone, marketing is a big chunk of the movie. So it's probably going to be about 500 million to make this train wreck. Disney's first go around with the trailers, or just like, I think it was just sneak peeks we saw. We all got so perturbed. One thing, the dwarves, they didn't have dwarves. They had like tall people, and they were like guys and girls, they have to be diverse. Apparently that little dwarf, I don't know what his name, Peter Dinkler, I guess there's no R, Peter Digler. That Peter guy, the little I'm under 5 foot, so I have dwarfism. Anyone under 5 foot have dwarfism. So that little person, Peter, ruined it for all the dwarves in America because he's like, you shouldn't hire them. I don't know what his reasoning was. Maybe he should let us. I'm sorry, I had to take out my hair. This was hurting. And now my hair is going to look like this for the rest of the video. You're welcome. And then the first time around, obviously everyone was mad that they hired a Hispanic little girl to play Snow White because Snow White, it's in the name. She's supposed to be white. She's the fairest. Like, I have olive skin. I can't play Snow White. All right, I just want to get into the new trailer already. I have my handy dandy notebook, and we're going to first start off with the colors. The colors of this movie. We all have been screaming at Disney. Ever since COVID, they were making all their movies with a blue tint. And yes, we were all depressed and sad during COVID. Disney's job was supposed to be to make us all happy. Yet all their videos and all their new cartoons coming out had a lot of blue. And most of us that have a passion for filmography and directing and just photo alone, we know that if you add blue, it's going to make something look sad and dreary. And if you want it to warm it up and make it look cheerful, you're going to add warm colors like orange and yellow, and it's going to look more happy. The craziest part is that Disney actually listened. They actually did add a lot of oranges and warm colors, but they still used that blue. And it's not just any blue. There's this like really sad millennial depression blue gray color. They still use that. And it looked like it had potential to be vibrant, but I think they like hired some like Gen Z right out of like the school yearbook, and they threw a sepia filter. It looks like it, like a sepia filter all over the whole movie, which gives all the colors this gloomy, dingy, scary color. It still looks horrible. Even if they made it look like Wizard of Oz in Technicolor, that would have been an improvement. But if you watch the Snow White, the old original cartoon, which was the first full-length animated movie ever by Disney, but if you look at it, those weren't the colors that they used in Snow White. If you look at the sky, they didn't have a blue sky. It was like a pale, pale blue, almost white. So the colors in Snow White is like brown, green, white, some oranges. It's really like brown tones and green is the color of the original cartoon, which I don't think they should have gone that path. I think they should have been more vibrant, more rich, warm, make it feel like a fairy tale. The colors are very doom and gloom still. The colors are still a problem. It looks very scary. Next, I want to talk about Snow White's dress. So I know Snow White, like it takes place in the 1800s probably, but tell me why her skirt is like, the bottom is like this tulle. And I know tulle was invented in the 1800s, but it wasn't that plastic bright yellow tulle. We didn't have that probably until, I don't know, 70s, 80s. When did we get that hard ugly Halloween costume tulle from. And then don't get me started on the queen's dress. Okay, so the evil queen in the original, it's very like tight to her body, very minimalistic queen. But like, tell me why in the new one, her crown, they show her put on her crown and there's a close-up of it and it's a beautiful crown. It's really pretty. But even if you get like 10 feet away from that crown, it's tacky. You lose all the intricate designs the further you step back, and it's literally ugly. Don't get me wrong, Gal Gadot is the most gorgeous woman in the whole world. She is so skinny and slender and beautiful, and that doesn't, thinness doesn't make you beautiful. I'm just saying what I'm about to say. They made her outfit and her dress out of sequins. Have you had anything sequins? Sequins is going to rise above the original fabric. So it's going to make everything thicker. It's going to make anyone wearing sequins a little thicker. It's going to make the silhouette a little wider. They should have used a fabric that was like skin tight. Like, it is skin tight. You can tell it's skin tight in the video. But like using sequins, you're still giving it like, I mean, if you're going to use unrealistic fabrics for the time period, you should have done latex. That would have been cool. We also got another sneak peek in this trailer. We got to see the sneak peek of the song Whistle While You Work, where there's a lot of criticism about this online. I have a lot to say about it. It's one of my favorite songs. I'm not a huge fan of the movie Snow White. Like, I never owned it. But growing up, I did record that, like back in the day in the 80s where you had VHS and you could put the VHS in and record stuff on TV. Well, I would record like my favorite Disney songs and stuff if they had like a compilation on. And it would I would record the commercials in the 80s. So anywho's, I have seen Just Whistle While You Work, the song part from the movie, over 1 million times probably, because I loved it so much. I loved how she sang. I wish they kept that vintage sound. She hit those notes. I don't know if Rachel can hit those notes. They probably should have hired someone with white skin that could hit those notes. Just whistle while you work. Not to mention, my most favorite part about that whole sequence is the animals are helping her clean. And she does not doing much. She's like singing and she's like sweeping a little bit here and there because she's singing the song. But the whole part of that is the animators wanted to focus on each animal and like the clever ways they were cleaning stuff, like using their tails to clean plates and like to sweep, and how the cute little animals were helping her, so they can make it look all cute for when the dwarfs came back home from work and found that someone broke in. In the new version, the animals aren't helping clean, which that's a big gripe I have, is if you were... Don't do CGI dwarfs. That was the big change. That is a big slap in the face. And the dwarves are scary. They're ugly. They look like they were rushed. You should have done a lot of CGI animals. You should have done a lot of CGI animals helping her clean up, because she broke into their house and she's like, oh, it'll be nice if I clean up for everyone and then maybe they'll let me stay. In the original, the song starts with,
now you wash the dishes, you tidy up the room, you clean the fireplace, and I will use the broom.
And in the new one, there's no animals. Apparently, she broke in and she makes the men clean, like they get home from work. I don't know. We don't know how it goes. But she tells them to clean. And at the end, she goes, and you will use the broom. She doesn't use the broom. And it's not nice, like in the original. It's very forceful. And it's like, broke in our house and we have to clean up? A lot of people are saying in the original, it's like, she did all the work. And in this one, she made the men do the work. Because that's, the woke feminist, which I hate woke feminists. But like, to be honest, she didn't do much in the original. She was just like, was making the animals do most of it. She was sweeping. So at least she was doing that. There's a video going around that was leaked of that part. So that's how we all know that she didn't do shit, that she wasn't cleaning. And she sings the song horrible. She doesn't hit any high notes. It's very like mid notes, and it's very forceful, and it's not that light. Now, there's a part I really don't like that people are doing online. They're pitting the women against each other, saying that the evil queen is more attractive than Snow White, and they're showing a picture of Rachel Zegler, and then they're showing a picture of Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. It's like she's on Lord of the Rings.
My life be like.
Because you know, the whole mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, and it's supposed to be Snow White, but Snow White is not as attractive as the evil queen, but they're both drop-dead beautiful women. Let's get that out of the way. Rachel Zegler is gorgeous. I'm a little biased because I think she looks so adorable in a bob. I don't like her with her long hair, but with the bob, I think she is so cute. Don't get me wrong. Gal Gadot with her bob, gorgeous and stunning. So pitting the women against each other because of how they look and their beauty, I think, you know, I'm not one out there to say, oh, that's misogyny, but like you guys yell misogyny, it's kind of misogyny. They're both beautiful, yet how Rachel Zegler acts makes her 100 times uglier. We're never going to forget all the tweets she said when she was like 18 or 19 about half the country.
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't forget when Gal Gadot did that video during COVID when imagine all the people. We won't forget. Imagine there's no heaven. Rachel Zegler is the best birth control though. If you see everything she writes on the internet, it's like, you know, just like a young little girl. They write all their insecurities and triggers on social media. So with that, she sees all the negativity online. People saying that Gal Gadot is prettier than her. So she's trying to take all these like pictures, trying to make her face look more like, I have a face like her. We have short, cute faces. So she's like trying her hardest to make it look like she has angles, like who's the fairest. And it's so sad. You're trying to prove your looks to someone 20 years older than you, sweetie. Like someone 20 years older than you, they don't care. We don't care. I've worked with a lot of young kids and they try to do that to me. It's like, I'm prettier than you. It's like, I hope so. You're 20 years younger than me. And the Snow White trailer itself has so much hate comments. And then like the thumbs down is more than the thumbs up. Like it got ratioed hardcore. So Rachel, again, is her insecurities are spilling out online. And she goes online and she's all, thank you all for the however many millions of views. I am so happy you guys are loving it. I'm going to go film Romeo and Juliet on Broadway now, because she's like trying to act like she doesn't care, but she's coping. She's coping hardcore, but she couldn't stop there. Of course, she had to say, and like always, free Palestine. I really don't understand what's up with these young kids. Like they all want to show their like Nazi views online, and it's so weird. And the main reason why she's doing this is because Gal Gadot is from Israel. She's Israeli. And her grandfather is a Holocaust survivor. I know this is common sense, but if you hate someone because of where they were born or what country they were born or the color of their skin or their religion, then you might be a Nazi. So apparently there's going to be a bunch of drama that has to go with press around this, because they still have to go and sell the movie and do marketing, and Gal Gadot's not having this. She's putting in a lot of restrictions just because how she's being treated. And how are you going to let... Like, you're going to hire this woke activist. Disney's never going to hire a woke activist again. But you're going to hire this woke activist that is making everyone spend all this money, do reshoots, have this big loud mouth, insult other cast. Like, oh my, like, I can't... This is your guys' friendly reminder to let you guys know it's still summertime. Go outside, jump in the pool, soak in the vitamin D. But I wanted to jump on here to give you some updates. So Disney is in all crisis mode. They're panicking. So they're having all the crisis meetings because the feud that is going on with Rachel and Gal because, you know, the whole politics. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the dislikes for the new trailer has like almost hit 1 million by now. And allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but Rachel was really upset, yelling at Disney to turn off the comments and that they should have used better footage of her, and they used the worst footage of her. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not excited about this movie. If you guys like this one, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to kiki with me later and talk, then you're going to subscribe and we can see each other again. And I'll see you in the next one. Boing, 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 boing.
Ladies and gentlemen.